And this is due to an increasing number of vaccinations, including our frontline providers being protected.
Big news today in the fight against COVID-19. Indiana will open 3 mass vaccination clinics across the state, including one at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This comes on the same day the vaccine window opens for those 55 and older. WRTV's Stephanie Way shows you what to expect and how you can sign up for a mass vaccination clinic.
Starting Friday, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway will now be home to the state's first mass vaccination clinic, a huge feat in the fight against the coronavirus, expected to vaccinate thousands of Hoosiers here each day.
When they come in, they'll actually be really close to the racetrack at turn 1 as they come into the F1 garages.
IMS President Doug Bowles says they worked quickly over the weekend to turn the racing capital of the world into a soon-to-be mass vaccination clinic.
When the J&J emergency use recommendation came down, we did get a call from the state asking us if we'd like to be helpful, and we said absolutely 100%.
Bowles says he offered the track to help vaccinate people early on in the vaccination process. But the state told him they just didn't have enough of the vaccine at the time to open a mass site. That is, until last weekend when the Johnson & Johnson shot got approved.
We have a hospital on site, so if we would have had to use the others, we could have done some of that refrigeration or freezing, but this one makes it an awful lot easier.
The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is only 1 dose and has fewer temperature restrictions, making it ideal for mass vaccine clinics, according to the State Health Department. Today's announcement, a sigh of relief to healthcare workers who've been fighting this virus every day for the past year.
March of last year, there was an incredible amount of uncertainty and frankly, fear. Those 2 things have diminished.
The continual decline in cases over the past month making people hopeful the end is near.
There's also a confidence in that we are seeing firsthand here in the hospital that numbers are falling. And so I think a lot of us are cautiously optimistic that this may be the beginning of the end of COVID.
At IMS, people will be routed to a garage bay where they'll actually receive the vaccine from the comfort of their car. Between IMS, the University of Notre Dame, and Ivy Tech, the State Health Department tells me they're expecting to administer up to 40,000 vaccines and are prepared to add more dates if the demand allows.
If we can get our community healthy, that means ultimately we can have an Indy 500 that's healthy. So we care about our community, but at the end of the day, that healthy community is going to help us do what we do as Hoosiers on Memorial Day weekend, and that's celebrate an Indy 500 here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Stephanie Wade, WRTV.
Stephanie, thank you. Here's when each mass vaccination site will be up and running. Indianapolis Motor Speedway will be open for vaccinations March 5th through 7th from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. each day. Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg will be open for vaccinations March 12th and 13th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. both days. And the University of Notre Dame in South Bend will have a vaccination site at Compton Family Ice Arena. That's March 26th and 27th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. both days. The State Department of Health is also starting planning for another future mass vaccination clinic in Gary, Indiana. More sites and dates will be planned in other locations as more vaccine becomes available. You must register through ourshot.in.gov or by calling 211 to receive the vaccines. No walk-ups will be allowed. There are slight differences between 3 COVID vaccines that are now on the market. Johnson & Johnson's vaccine is administered in a single shot. That's all you need. The FDA says trials show the Johnson & Johnson shot is 66% effective in preventing moderate to severe COVID illness, 85% effective in preventing severe and critical COVID-19 cases, and 100% effective in preventing hospitalizations and death. The Moderna and Pfizer vaccines have been out longer, and they're administered in 2 doses about a month apart from each other. Clinical trials have shown they are about 94 to 95% effective against COVID-19. You can register for a vaccine through the state. To do that, go to that website, ourshot.in.gov, or you can dial 211 to sign up. And like we mentioned, anyone 55 years or older can now get a COVID vaccine in Indiana. You can also visit vaccination clinics that are a part of a federal vaccine program like those at Walmart, Sam's Club, and Kroger, but you must schedule appointments through each store's website rather than the state's system.